Hey, Philip.
Charlie.
What happened then?
Charlie, we be aboko. It's been I think 2 weeks, eh? 2 weeks.
Yeah,
You
2 weeks,
to
2 weeks. And so, offend
uh,
then. Last week, I said doom sort show. I said doom sort show.
Charlie. Now, what last week, like,
Charlie. Oh, no, yeah, but tactics, yeah, but 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. But me to the doom sort show now, I'm so me to fame will be the cry.
Baby cry.
Yeah.
My betasi.
But this year, I travel, I day some place in tea.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I go some conference in the hotel
Okay.
staff where I they do this recording.
I can see
But
from the background,
maybe I
much more
could be
background. Yeah, we very cool. We very cool. More background there, like, and
nice, nice.
if you, but anyways, it's all good. It's all
Minishi.
good. It's all good. And the listeners were even asking, those who were watching as our audience were asking the challenge this week, yeah, so, because of one or two reasons, I think that we'll be
Yeah,
doing
near
this week.
TikTok, yeah, TikTok.
Yes,
Say I think a season of best starts proper. Season best
exactly,
starts proper.
exactly,
So,
exactly. Exactly. So,
nice, nice, nice.
we'll look at our top four predictions. Already, I think that I have mine in mind. I'm sure you also have yours. But it's quite unfortunate that our brother, High Priest, couldn't join us. But probably maybe in the course of the show, he will join us. But quickly, Derek, young go straight to the Black Stars once and some. After the World Cup, still issues with regards to coaching and all that is still lingering. Ghana,
Mm,
young coach, that is Carlos Queiroz. He hasn't agreed the deal with that is the Ghana Football Association. Actually, he's calling for $150,000, of which the FA, together with the ESCO, according to report, they've agreed to that $150,000. But the ministry is dragging its fees and all that. And then the end of the day, Ibrahim Tanko says that in fact he's
okay.
very much interested in the job. I'm sure you know the body work of that is Ibrahim Tanko. Desmond Ofe is the assistant coach to Carlos Queiroz. We know that Carlos Queiroz the contract in the end somewhere August this month or end the pay. Then Carlos Queiroz's contract has ended, so he's free to go. After that, next month we are playing the AFCON qualifiers. Where do you stand in this?
Yeah.
Must we look at for yet another foreign coach, or you think that Ibrahim Tanko we can look? I mean, internally, Ghanaian coaches can still do the job for the Black Stars. Where do you stand in all of that?
Well, Philip, let me start from the fact that based
Mm,
on the recent happenings and then all the stories we are now hearing, it looks as if that the FA, both the FA and then the ministry, have not been truthful to Ghanaians.
mm,
You know, the minister came to say that uh, Carlos was taking
yeah,
$80,000 a month,
yeah.
even though some of us knew that it was probably more.
Mm,
I think he wanted to make it look as if they are being prudent and
mm,
then all that. So if you look at the current negotiations and then how things are going, how is it that all of a sudden the man wants to jump from 80,000
hmm.
all the way to 150, not even 100, not 120, not
Yeah,
that's a significant jump.
sure.
So there's something amiss somewhere. There's something that they are not telling us,
Mm,
right? If because it's the same job, nothing has changed.
yeah,
He took it's the same Black Stars job. Now it's even going to be less frequent matches
yeah.
because he came in for World Cup. It was going to be for 1 month, back to back matches. You needed to go to camp and all that. Now you are going to have maybe a qualifier
Hmm.
once every 2 months or something like
Exactly,
that. So
exactly.
what is prompting that increase, right? Increasing from 80,000 to all the way to 150. It
Mm,
is either he was not actually taking the 80,000
hmm.
or there's something else that they are not telling us, right?
Mm,
Because I myself, if you look at our previous episode, I've been telling you that
yeah.
I'm I was very surprised that the FA was able and then the ministry together were able to pull this Carlos Queiroz, um, uh, getting him on board uh, deal off
Mm,
because I was looking at the fact that anytime that we change a coach, that
mm,
coach comes back and says that we are owing him.
Mm.
CK Akono came back to say we are owing him.
Yes. Even Otuado.
Um, Even Otoado, we are
Yeah.
still owing
Exactly.
all the coaches. So there's always the clear thing is that we don't have money to sign such top-notch coaches, right?
Mm.
So when they were able to bring Carlos on board, I was like, it is either now maybe we are getting money from our sponsors and then all that
Mm.
to be able to, or we are relying on the World Cup money and we've done our homework well. That's why we're able to bring such a top-notch or high-profile coach in.
Mm.
Or there were some promises that were given,
Mm.
maybe
Okay.
yet to be fulfilled. And that's
Okay.
why right now the guy is now standing firm on the value or the amount that he wants. So that is something that I think we need to be clear on,
Mm.
right? We need to be clear on. In other places, transparency is transparency. You can
Exactly.
actually go and Google, uh, as long as the coach is on a government payroll, you can go and Google their salaries.
Sure.
It is transparent. So we are here and we are the is the minister who will come and say, oh, it's not 100, it's 80. Like there's
Mm.
no document to show, right? So we also have the right to doubt whether you are actually saying the truth
Or
or
not.
there's something going on. Yes, going on. But to the substantive issue, based on this, if you are not able to pull Carlos off,
Mm-hmm.
because this is Carlos Queiroz. He's over 70 years. Like
Yeah.
he's one of the cheapest on the market
Mm.
in terms of high profile coaches. So
Mm.
if you cannot get him, then clearly we have to step down in terms of our ambition. And it's either we go for a very low profile coach,
Mhm.
maybe uh, an assistant coach, maybe a PE coach who has just gotten his badges somewhere, a coach that is unknown to come and do the job, or we look local, right?
But Derek,
And
then again, I don't want you to land here, but I want to find out from you. Interestingly, yes, you've raised some important points here. But is it that we don't have money or we are not really committed to the cause of appointing a very good coach? If you look at our neighbors, Ivory Coast, they've just appointed, Harvey Renard. The Harvey Renard that we
yeah,
were dangling around. At some point in
hmm
time, it was free. Even after the
yeah,
World Cup, we're thinking that, okay, or before the World Cup, we're thinking that, look, Ghana can go in and sign him. But then here we are. We waited for quite a long time. The man was even ready to even come. Tom Saintfiet
yeah.
of Mali, former Mali coach, he came out boldly to say that he wanted the Ghana job and all that. Is it that we're not committed to appointing, the high profile managers, or truly we don't have money? If you look at KGA, look at our sponsors, and even the sports fund and all that, are we trying to say that we cannot have such monies to appoint top notch coaches? Is that the case?
As for the so as for the management of Ghana football and Black Stars, right,
Mm,
in totality, it is well documented. We know that this current administration of the GFA have not done Ghana football any good service, right?
okay.
Things are done at the last minute. We are always panicking. There's no plan. We don't have any clear-cut plan on how we are managing our football.
Mm,
But that all goes down and then boils down to the fact that we don't have money. It's
mm,
about money. If you have money, we can go for anyone we want,
okay.
right? Senegal have just gone in for Patrick Vieira. It's
Yeah.
about money, right? Ivory Coast have gone for Javi Renard. It's about money. So if you had money, Javi Renard would have been the coach as we speak now. We
Mm,
don't have money, right? And uh, that is what is the main issue here. And the sad thing for us is that what it means is that we are going to compromise on quality,
okay.
and it is going to affect our performance, is going to affect Black Stars, and then it's going to trickle down, right? Look
Mm,
at the whole issue with the Black Queens and the payment of bonus and the payment of
exactly.
per diems and
The
then
back
all
and
that.
forth and all
It
that.
is all coming down the back and forth. It was not necessary,
Mm,
but all is pointing to one fact that we don't have the money.
mm,
And instead of the FA and then and the ministry being truthful, so that or being transparent, so that all these corporate bodies can actually come on board
mm.
and then support us financially. They are not doing that. And so
So
people are
it's more or
just
less all hands
standing
on
and
deck.
then
All
waiting.
hands on deck. Everybody should come on board. Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah. It's like they've made the management of the Black Stars like some kind of a cult.
Mm.
You have to be an insider football person before you can get information before. But once you become transparent, that's where you can attract corporate bodies to come and support. So I don't know why they are doing that. So
So
For me, it's about money.
yeah, for you is are we that said, are we going for a local coach or a foreign coach for you? I mean, if you are looking at the dynamics, we don't have money, so that means that appointing a top-notch, I mean, European coach or foreign coach becomes a problem. Then it is
It's
tilting
not
towards
possible. Yeah.
yes, it's tilting towards a local coach. If local coach, I mean, are we looking at Ibrahim Tanko for you?
Between Ofei and then Ibrahim Tanko, I will probably go for Ibrahim Tanko because
Okay.
he's had some experiences across different
Mm,
uh, places, right?
mm.
He's had a stint in Germany, he's had a stint
Yes.
with under 20, under 23,
Mm,
and also the club football, local club
exactly.
football, Mediama, and winning the title and then all that, right? But
And
even with him,
and then again,
it
I think
is
that he has a very good knowledge about the local league. Even the players that we always be clamoring for,
exactly
that at least we should have this local coach. So I think I agree. I side with
true.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, if that is where our money is about to, it will be able to afford, then
Yeah.
we have to go for Ibrahim Tanko. I think that for the next upcoming two matches, I think it's going to be a local coach who is going to take
Mm,
care of those games. I don't think that
mm.
we'll be able to sort out this Carlos Queiroz issue um, in time for him to come and then take over. I think eventually he will leave because there's not going to be agreement. And I won't even be surprised if after he's left, he'll come back and say, even the money that we were supposed to pay him during the World Cup, we didn't pay and we owe him.
Oh
Right.
yes, yes.
So
We
I
owe him.
think,
According to sources, we still owe
yeah,
him. Yes. Yeah.
we still
That
owe
is
him.
yes.
So that's why now he's standing very firm, right? He's standing
Yeah.
very firm on what he wants.
Yeah.
He's making sure that like it's money in a hand first before he makes any commitment.
Mm,
So the sad thing is that eventually it's our football that is going to suffer.
mm.
And we realistically should manage our hopes. It's
Okay.
likely that we will not qualify for AFCON again. Looking at
Wow.
how we are starting
Wow.
off.
That is a bold
Yes,
statement. Wow.
yes, it is likely. No, because if you don't have a coach, somebody is hiring Javi Renard, somebody
Mm,
is hiring Patrick Vieira, and then the others already have their teams in place and then all that.
mm.
And you are still fighting over some 70-year-old, over 70-year-old coach.
One important thing is that I mean Gambia used to be playing their home matches away from home. This time around, CAF has approved that they should use the Banjul Sports Stadium, that is in their own country. So that hostile, I mean, atmosphere we're going to experience that when you go to Gambia. We have Ivory Coast to negotiate home and
Exactly.
away. And even, I mean,
Yeah.
Sudan, Somalia, sorry. So it's kind of dicey game in our group in there. Very, very tricky one. So probably what you are
And
saying
that's why I'm saying that.
might
That's
just
why
be
I'm saying
something
that.
that we need to think about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I say that we should be prepared that it is
Mm,
likely that we are not going to qualify again this time around
mm,
because clearly the preparation is not being made,
exactly.
right? We don't have a coach.
It's just
We
next
don't
month.
have a philosophy. It's just next month.
Yeah.
We like, there's nothing being, by now we should have a coach
Mm,
who should be ready to monitor players,
exactly.
the upcoming leagues that is going to start in Europe.
Mm.
That coach should be mapping
Scouting
up
job.
the strategy, like scouting job, and then all that. And we are still thinking about Ibrahim Tanko and then Desmond Fair and weighing out whether we should go local or we should go and hire a foreign coach. Then
Mm.
it means that we are not ready. And
Okay.
now the way football has evolved, if you don't prepare, the result will show. And that's why we were not able to qualify in the last AFCON. That's why
Mm,
when we went to the World Cup, when it got to the crunch matches,
mm,
we were found wanting.
mm.
So if you are still doing the same thing and we want to magically hope that this time around we are going to qualify and then do something in the AFCON, it's not going to happen. We
You
are
can't do
still
the
not
same thing
ready.
and expect different results. I get it.
And then
I get
expect a
it.
different result. We are
I
not,
get it.
we are still
Mm,
not ready.
mm.
So
Okay.
yeah, it boils down to Kets and then the ministry.
Mm,
It's sad that like the ministry, they are supposed to be an independent body.
mm,
It's kind of the last time I said it, they've started singing the same song of
mm,
the GFA.
mm.
And the one who suffers is
The ordinary Ghanaian.
ultimately the Blackstars and then the ordinary Ghanaians.
Mm,
Like we are going to take something that we love again out of our hands again just
mm.
because of mismanagement.
I get it. I get it. I get it. And we invest in emotions and all that. So it's going to be a vicious cycle once again. All right. So away from the Black Stars issues, quickly. I know we have somewhere to go, but let's do that. This one quickly. Move straight to the transfers. This time around we have Konsa. It is almost deal agreed to Arsenal Football Club. And I want to find out from you. Yes, we know that Saliba is injured. Timber is also nowhere close to fitness. Is Arsenal and Mikel Arteta trying to build a formidable side? I mean, Konsa, we know that he's one of the top defenders in England and also in the English Premier League. Even Rio Ferdinand
Yeah.
made mention of the fact that this is a top draw signing from Arsenal Football Club. What is Mikel Arteta building this time around?
Well, if you have played second to Pep Guardiola
Mm,
3 times, 4 times before finally getting the better of him,
mm.
and then now he's no more in the league, then this is the perfect opportunity
Two
for
pounds.
Mikel Arteta to pounce and then become the new king on the block.
Mm, mm,
And I'm glad that what they are doing shows that they mean business. What
mm.
Arsenal is doing right now shows that they don't want this win that they won to be a one-off. Remember
Okay,
that Arsenal has never won the league back-to-back,
sure, sure.
even in Wenger's era.
Mm,
They will win it the next season, they will lose it, and
mm,
then maybe come and win it again. They've never won it back-to-back in 90 years.
mm,
So clearly they want to dominate.
mm.
All of us saw Pep Guardiola win the league 4 times in a row, something that had not been done
Yeah.
ever in the Premier League, right? Now
Mm,
he's no more. Clearly, he was the one who was standing in the way of Arteta winning the league. Finally, he was able to win it when it got to the tail end of his era at Manchester City. So I'm glad that what they are doing is that they are signing proven
right.
players
Yeah.
within the Premier League, even though they are looking elsewhere to when they find a talent like Tolis, who
Mm-hmm.
has just come in and then hit the ground running.
Mm.
We saw him during the Community Shield giving 2 assists
Yeah.
and then all the friendly matches, right? But what they are doing is that they are looking at within the Premier League, proving players in these defensive areas where they are a
Mm.
bit short because of the injuries to Saliba and then Timber. So they don't want to gamble. They
Yeah.
don't want to experiment. They just want someone who will come in and then hit the ground running.
Mm.
So I think what they are doing is good. They just want to make a statement, and that statement is that we are here to stay. We want to stay at the top.
Mm.
We want to add Champions League to it. We want to continue winning the league. So this is no longer the Arsenal that kept on signing very young
Mm.
players,
Yeah.
very teenagers, where Ferguson will label them as small boys don't win the league, right? This time they are signing big boys.
Mm.
If you look at the players they are signing, they are all past 25 years old.
Sure.
That was unheard of
Yeah.
the tail end of Wenger's
Even
era.
Bruno
He was
Bruno
always
Gomes.
signing. Yeah, Bruno is 28.
Yes.
Ben White is 28.
Mm.
Konsa is, I think, 26 coming
28.
in,
28.
right?
Yeah.
28.
Yeah.
Konsa is also 28. So they are not signing small boys again. They are
Mm.
signing proven winners, people with mentality, people who can come in, challenge for positions. So I think it's a good signing.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that the other teams will also respond so
Mm.
that we don't have uh, a one-sided league. You know, what differentiates the Premier League from the other leagues is that there's competition,
Exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
I wasn't too excited when it was just Pep winning it back to back to back to back,
Yeah.
because then it becomes almost like a farmers league. So
Mm.
this is exciting times for us now.
Well, exciting times for Arsenal. If you're an Arsenal fan, I think that yes, it's true. It is an exciting time. Then I've always mentioned that the stability alone is one thing that can really, really win a trophy for you. Arsenal have had the stability with Mikel Arteta for quite some time now. I think 5, 6 years. It also shows that look,
Yeah,
they are a team who know what they are doing. And then again, to looking at their signing, the quality signings. I've always said that if you want to build a team, then your bench should be as good as the first 11. And that is what Arsenal can
sure.
boast of. Yes, if you think that they don't have a quality bench, I mean, just look through their bench as well. I mean, they have quality on the bench, and those people on the bench or those players on the bench can come in and equally do a very good job. And I think that I was listening to the chief executive of Arsenal, and that is Gallic, and he said, look, they want to do everything possible to stay on top, and they want to even renew the contract of that is Mikel Arteta. So I think that, like I said, and like you are saying as well, it's an interesting time for Arsenal. And if you are Arsenal fans, I mean, you should be able to be happy going the season ahead. But then let's quickly look at Tottenham Hotspurs. What are they also cooking? It's looking very much interesting with Roberto De Zerbi.
Yeah,
I mean, they've really responded massively in the transfer. They knew that they were about to go on that is a relegation. Then this time around, look,
relegation.
they've done interesting signings. And report that we are picking is that they are interested in Man City, Savinho, and Omar Mamouche. What are they trying to achieve? More attacking football for
Well,
Tottenham Hotspurs.
yeah, attacking football is what they want to do, and obviously they want to refresh their forward line.
Okay.
They want to move on from the injury-prone players that they've had over the
Mm.
years. As a
Madison.
Ghanaian,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
yes, as a Ghanaian and being a bit biased, I'm a bit worried about what it means for Kudus.
Mm.
We've heard
Mm.
that De Zerbi wants to try him in the middle of the pack.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works out. But hopefully he's able to regain his fitness quickly and he will be able to come and join. But for the overall Tottenham outlook, I think what they are doing now is what they should have done last season,
Okay.
right? After they won the Europa League,
Sure.
what they
Sure.
should have done was to strengthen, and they
Mm.
failed to do that. They
Mm.
just left things as they are, and then the Premier League showed them that if you don't strengthen, things will bully you,
Mm.
and that's why they nearly went into
They
relegation
were, for me,
last
I think that they
season.
were having
They were
issues with them.
nearly there.
But yes, they were
They were
having issues
there.
with managers. I mean, Ange Postecoglou came in. I think Tudor, also Ugo Tudor came in. This Brentford
Yeah,
manager also came in. So they were having a
exactly.
lot of issues with managerial crisis before they could finally settle on De Zerbi. So probably maybe last season
Well,
that has been their problem.
that was the problem, but the problem with all these managers that didn't work out with them was that they were not backed enough in the transfer,
Okay, okay.
right? Especially the Angie's own, because
Mm.
as soon as he won the Europa League, there was this false sense of belief that they are good
Mm. Sure,
because we've won
sure.
An European championship, right?
And
So
it was a
they
long
thought that,
time. It was
oh,
a long
okay,
time Tottenham
it
winning it.
was a long time. They had
Yeah,
not won it. People had been calling them bottlers for a long time,
yeah.
and then finally they win something. So all of a sudden they thought that their team is good. They can
Mm.
go on and then dominate in the Premier League as well, or challenge in the Premier
Sure.
League. But you know, I always say that in the Premier League, the reward for being good is that you get more matches. So
Mm.
if you are a Brighton, if you are a Bournemouth, and then you qualify for Europe, well, it is good, you get the money, but the next season, what it means is that you are going to play more matches. So if you
Yeah.
don't strengthen and then if you don't add to your quality, then it's going to hurt you. And that's what happened to them. So I'm glad that this time around they've learned their lessons and they want to bring in quality and then they want to, because now they they've seen that they are very fierce rivals with Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal has just won the league. They've
Yeah.
seen what Arsenal is doing in their transfers. So they've seen that if they don't respond, then the gap between them and Arsenal
It's
is
getting
going to
wider and wider.
widen, and
Yes.
that rivalry they can never win.
Sure.
It's getting wider and wider. So it's good times for them as well. The only thing is that can they gel in time? Can they
Mm.
respond to the
Fantastic.
manager's tactics?
Fantastic. Mm.
Right? And and that's what we are going to see whether it's going to work out for them, because we've seen teams and the new managers. Remember that De Zerbi is also new, right? Right? Even though he came in at the tail end of last season, this is going to
Yeah.
be his first full season with Spurs, right?
Mm.
And Spurs, whether you like it or not, because they've been considered as the top six or big six, they are a
Mm.
big team. So
Yeah.
usually when these managers come to these big teams, that environment, the way of doing things is a bit different, and
Mm.
sometimes some of them are not able to survive in this kind of environment. So
Sure.
we look to see whether Disable will be able to survive, because
Mm.
he's also one temperamental manager when it
Exactly.
comes to dealing
Exactly.
with his bosses, right?
Yes.
And turning away from now will resign if things are not going well. So let's see
Yeah.
how it
He
goes.
hates he had no nonsense. In fact, he's a no nonsense man.
Oh
I need
no,
to tell you.
my
Exactly.
how.
Yeah. So to other transfers, so before we wrap up and you choose your top four, I mean, you give me your top four predictions because just tomorrow, Arsenal is playing Coventry and the Premier League start tomorrow, 7 p.m. Ghana time.
Yeah,
But then, for Carlos Baleba, Manchester United are also close to agreeing a deal for Carlos Baleba. I've been a fan of Carlos Baleba, and I've been monitoring
yeah.
him throughout his days with Brighton. And I believe that since United lost, that is the Brazilian chap, I've forgotten his name,
Casemiro,
Casemiro,
Casemiro.
probably yes, they need to be looking into that direction. Now, Baleba, almost deal done. But do you think that United have solved their problems in terms of bringing on board Carlos Baleba for the season? Is he the missing piece that we're looking for?
I think it's a good addition. I think it's
Okay.
a good addition. Again, just like the Tottenham scenario,
Mm.
United, their reward for placing third is that they are going to play in the Champions League, which
Sure.
means more matches.
Yeah.
So they need a squad depth to be able to cope with the demand. And the fact that they lost Casemiro in the middle, even though they brought in Andre Santos and then
Mm.
Tielemans, uh, they still needed more. For me, I think that United has been very light in the midfield for a
Mm.
long time. So
Mm.
Baleba is a very good addition to kind of bolster the options that Carrick will have in order to manage all this load of matches that will be coming his
Okay.
way. So it's a really good signing that
Mm.
they've gotten on their hands. Hopefully he's able to hit the ground running again. For some players, when they move to these bigger teams, it
Mm.
becomes difficult to adapt, even though they are in the
Exactly.
Premier League already, right?
Yeah.
But now you are moving from a team that plays maybe on the back foot
Hmm.
because Brighton will not always get the possession. So that's where you
Exactly.
see the influence of Paliba, right? Because
Mm.
he will now be doing the defensive duties, the tackling, and then all that. But then you
Mm.
come to a bigger team, and then you are more on the offensive. This
Mm.
time, how you are going to be judged is when you get the ball, how can you make the transition forward? And
Mm.
sometimes these players kind of are found wanting when they get into a team that plays differently from how they were playing when they were in a smaller club. So
Exactly.
hopefully
Exactly.
he's able to
And
to
even
pick
the
it up
pressure that
and
comes
then
with it, the pressure that comes with it playing for Manchester United might also get into him. It's one way or the other because it's different playing for Brighton and different playing for that is Manchester United at the Old Trafford week in
exactly.
week out, and even
Yeah.
playing the
And
Champions League
then
as well.
yes, all that will bring in new pressure. But
Mm.
again, very quickly on that too, it might also be a tricky situation for Carrick because what it means is that that whole middle of the pack is
Mm.
just new players who have just come into the team, right? You have Andre
Exactly.
Santos,
Exactly.
you have Tielemans, and now
Tillemans.
you have Baliba, right?
Mm.
We know that Mason Mount is there, Bruno is already there, but uh, how is he going to blend the dynamics of the new players? Can they
Yeah.
settle in very quickly to be able to
Mm.
start bringing in the results we
The
hope to
team
see,
chemistry. Yeah.
or we look to see the team chemistry and then all that we want to see? Because mind you, Carrick was playing more like on the counter attack the whole of last season
Last season.
when
Yes.
he came in to replace Amorim, right?
Mm.
And that
Mm.
worked, right?
Yeah.
That worked for that half of the season where he was in charge. But now
Mm.
that you are in the Champions League, now that you are starting your full season,
Mm-hmm.
people or the fans will now expect that you are a bit more dominant in
Exactly.
possession. You are the team that is detecting play, right?
Please.
You don't want to
Controlling
always be
opponent.
sitting
Yeah.
back, controlling, right? So that's what we are looking to see from
Mm.
Carrick, and we'll see if he's able to do that. Because if he plays like the way he was playing, we all know that last season was more about survival. The
Mm.
season had not gone well, so
Yeah.
turning things around. So the fans will take anything. The fans
Mm.
will take any win. A win is a win, right?
Yeah.
But now we are all starting afresh, so we want to see that when we are playing, especially at home, we are the one dominating, dictating
Mm.
possession, and then all that. So let's see how it pans
Mm.
out for him.
Mm.
So that's why I'm not so sure that all these players coming in the middle being new will be able to gel in time for him. But if he's
Mm.
able to pull that off, then that will be great business.
Okay, so it's all about making sure that he pulls that off. And for me, I'm still not really convinced about his signings as of yet. I still believe that they still have, I mean, two players to deal with. I'm not sure about Harry Maguire. For the whole season, they still need a proper centre back. Lisandro Martinez, we saw him last season, also getting injured left, right, centre. He missed almost a chunk
Yeah.
part of last season. And even Luke Shaw, another left back area that we need to look at. I still have my doubt in that area. I'm sure that they need to go into the market to get a proper left back. I was asking myself that why is that they are not going for Lewis Kelly? I mean, yes, he can do a proper job also at the left back as well. But then I don't know why. I mean, Manchester United have been so quiet on that area, and even the striking area. Zegzi is about moving out of the team. And I don't think that their striker, who is there currently, would be able to do a very good job throughout the entire season. Last season, he was on and off. So United still need, for
Sesko,
me,
yeah.
they need about three quality signings to add. Yes, I know Rashford has been part of the team. He looks like a new signing for Manchester United. But I think that Carrick sees Rashford as a winger more than a proper striker going forward. So they still need some bit more signings to do. And maybe that would influence my top four positions going forward.
Yeah, well, a quick one on that. The
Yeah,
truth is that, again, we talked about money when we're talking about the Black Stars.
sure.
Man United, Woniska. That's the truth. That's the truth.
one
The
ton,
new owners
one
who
ton
have
of
come in,
one ton, ton, ton.
Ineos, they don't have money. That's
Yeah.
the truth. They
Mm,
don't have money. So that's why they are no longer a force in the market. Look at the players they are signing,
mm.
right? For all these players that they've signed or they are chasing, Telemans, Andrew Santos, and then Baliba. I can tell you that there are upgrade of them in the market this transfer window.
Okay.
Bruno is one of them.
Mm.
Tonalis is one of them,
Even
right?
are you body of
All
Mercy, but
body of my City, exactly. Yes, he is also one of them, right? So clearly they could have gone for better options with these players that they already have. But unfortunately, what is happening in the background shows that Man United are no longer a force to reckon with when it comes to the transfers because they don't have the financial muscle power again. They don't have it. That's the truth, right?
Mm,
Look at the signings that even Tottenham are making. Look at the
mm.
signings Arsenal are making. Look at the
Yeah.
signings Chelsea are making. And if you compare it to Man United, it looks like the Man United signings are a bit
Mm,
subdued.
mm.
It's like
I get
when
you.
people are shopping at the mall, someone is Man United. They are shopping at counter. So
You didn't know that's
you
right. You didn't know that's
know
right.
that's right. That's that. It looks like that's what they are trying to do. So let's see if it works. I mean,
The
sometimes
United fans wouldn't be happy with you. United fans wouldn't be happy
sometimes
with you at all.
sometimes you go to counter, ubenya correct one. Usha Ogunfi say, hey Charlie, this one unya no more. But I'm going to name them because you know. So that's what they
I'll
are
polish
trying to
one.
do.
I'll polish one and this
Even our polish one, our polish, starting for boy, polish one. So I tell her,
I'll not
tone
to find.
fine. I tone fine now. At the line out, too. That's what Man United they are doing. You know.
All right, so let me get to have your predictions for the top four quickly before I let you go. I know you are hard pressed with time. This season, which teams are making your top four in the English Premier League at the end of the season?
You know, times
Yeah,
thing. Like around this time, let's say some few years back, top
yeah.
four, they were calling Arsenal, Netflix next season. Hey,
Oh, I see.
debi,
I see.
or China. But just before we started recording, I was checking Sky Sport analysts, their top four prediction. I checked BBC analysts, their top four prediction. Almost 70% of all of them are tipping Arsenal to win again. I'm saying,
80,
hey, no,
80. It's not 70, even 80. I just monitored.
eh,
I've been checking through.
yeah,
80.
yeah. All of them are tipping Arsenal. I'm saying, hey,
Embrace the sun.
Embrace
Embrace
the
the
sun.
sun.
Embrace the sun. Ateta, thank you. Ateta, thank you. Ateta, now God go bless you. God don't bless you, Ateta. Hey,
Hey,
Emre Nasisa, you let me give it to you. So obviously,
Arsenal. Anyway,
Arsenal, obviously, I'm tipping Arsenal to retain the title.
okay.
That concert, that concert signing
Hmm.
made me believe that they don't want to leave anything to chance because,
Okay.
like, even some of the fans are saying that it's not really needed,
Hmm.
right? If you look
Because
at the
was any
games and then the
Vinicius and
players,
was any Vinicius and remember Arsenal 15 points
ah,
as about 30, you know.
oh, Ghana they, Ghana they, oh, make it a cap and
cheat cheat
won't
code.
keep,
Cheat code.
I won't keep. Yeah, so I think
Hmm.
Arsenal will win. That was so Arsenal to win the league.
Okay.
Second,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it to Man City just because they
Mm.
have the squad. Yeah, even though it's
Okay.
a new coach, I think the players they have, they are of high quality. Haaland alone can give you 20 goals. That
Mm.
20 goals from Haaland will automatically place Man City in the top four. You
Mm.
get it?
Mm.
So Haaland alone places Man City in the top four. As to whether they'll place second, third, it depends on the coach, right? So
Mm.
it's like Haaland gives them a head start. So that's why I'm tipping them to be second. And then to third, um, I'll probably put Liverpool in there because I
Mm.
think that Oriola is a very fine coach. The
Mm.
preseason, I've not really seen their exploit. They've been a bit quiet. Um, but that is his trait. He's
Mm.
like he works underground,
Yeah.
and then
I love him.
by the
I
time
love
the
him.
season
I love
start,
him.
yeah, by the time the season starts, you see that no, the football they are playing is very technical. Like
Yeah.
it makes sense, and then all that. So I know that for sure he's working behind the scenes. I
Mm.
now there's no Salah, so I think the Salah weight was becoming too much on them. So now that he's off, I think the rest of the players will see themselves as equal, and
Okay.
I'm sure that they will be able to respond to the manager well. And then I hate to do this, but looking at the other teams, I have to put Chelsea
Mm.
fourth,
Mm.
and
Okay.
that is just because Alonso is a tactical person.
Mm.
He's done it with Leverkusen. Unfortunately, it didn't work out when he went to Madrid.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know it is more about politics than on the field of play.
Sure. Sure.
But now that he's at Chelsea, what I'm seeing is that the board is backing him. The hierarchy is giving
Mm.
him the full support. And we already know that Chelsea have a lot of talent who are
Mm.
very young. And he has been smart, even though we say this to ridicule him, but he has been smart to properly identify that they
Exactly.
need some experience in the
Mm.
middle or within that dressing room. And that's why he's brought in Welbeck.
Sure.
And then
And Henderson.
he's looking at Henderson as well, right? So I think that based on that, and just the fact that tactically he's a bit superior to someone like Deserbi
Mm.
and someone like Carrick,
Mm.
I'll put him at fourth, right? So my top four will be Arsenal, Man
Mm.
City, Liverpool, and then Chelsea, and
Okay.
then the rest of them can fight for fifth and then sixth, in and
Okay.
around fifth and sixth,
All right.
in and around.
Charlie,
Yeah,
Derek, thank you for your time. But then I will also go for that is Arsenal. Obviously, looking at their consistency and their manager as well. He's also been around for the past 6, 7 years. I've told you that the stability really counts a lot. And for me, I
yeah,
have no doubt whatsoever that Arsenal are going to that is defend their title. And Liverpool, so many people have been quiet about them. As you rightly said, I'm a fan of that is Andoni Iraola. At some point in time, I was thinking that Chelsea were going to even sign him. He's
yeah,
a decent customer, a very quiet customer, but he goes around his job. I mean, decently
yeah. He just
and
does the
nice.
work. Yeah,
Exactly. So I think that Liverpool people shouldn't sleep on them. They still have some experienced guys in there. The likes of
yeah,
let's say
and their front
Van
line is
Dijk.
actually
Yes, exactly. Gakpo.
wonderful. the
Sure,
front line,
Gakpo
yeah,
around
as long
there.
as
So
they are,
Dominic
yeah,
Soboslai.
they
Yeah,
are,
these are
they are
household
fit.
names. Yes, these are household names. Last season, I think that they just needed a coach to fine tune them, and that coach is in. That is Alphonso
Exactly.
Areola. And Chelsea, I think that will place them at third, simply because of Alonso as well and the signings that he's made, and Man City coming in, the Haaland factor, and probably maybe Maresca, if he's able to, I mean, steady the ship. Why not? I know that he's going for Ayub Wadi, who can also do a bit of that job for that is I've forgotten his name. The midfielder that they sold him. That is this Spanish midfielder that Rodri. I know Ayub Wadi.
Rodri,
Yes, I know
yeah.
Ayub Wadi can. He's not going to replace him though, but I think that he can do a very good job in that step. So my top four will also be Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City. Quite unfortunate that Manchester United are not part. I know United fans are going to be hard on me. They are already hard on me on Facebook, but hey, it is what it is. That is my prediction. They can also go to their Facebook walls and even have their own podcast and do their predictions as well. I care less about that. Charlie, Derek, thank you very much for your time. I know you're hard pressed with time, but you have some meetings and other engagements. But then, God willing, next week Thursday, we'll just to get to know what really happens in the Premier League. Tomorrow is about starting Arsenal Coventry. Your predictions. I know you're going to go for Arsenal.
Yeah, I know that the Coventry will become the new darling club for Ghanaians just because we have Caleb
Caleb Yachi.
Bianchi and
Yes.
then Brandon Thomas Asante in there. So, but unfortunately, they are still a small side. The
Yeah.
matchup between Lampard and Arteta is always going to be interesting because, interestingly, when Lampard came to Chelsea, he was one of the few managers who were able to match Arteta boot for boot.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. I remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's going to be a very interesting match. But I think Arsenal will have too much experience and then too much firepower for them. So I'm going to
Especially
go
when it's
for
at the
a
Emirates.
yeah, I'm going for a 3-0 Arsenal win,
Mm.
just to kickstart the Premier League.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Derek, and our audience as well. God willing, next week we'll be coming your way with another edition. Our time is up. Hasta la vista.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.